So it's a new insurance tool to facilitate M&A transactions. What it covers is if the buyer, after they've acquired a business, finds out that there's an issue that wasn't disclosed to them, that wasn't caught in the buy-side due diligence, and it's a problem that they've inherited after they've acquired the business. So in other words, something that amounts to a breach of warranty or the tax indemnity in the sale and purchase agreement. So traditionally, the seller has had to hold back money in escrow. So that can be anything from 10 to 30% of the purchase price. It's a very inefficient way of doing things. So this product can be a replacement for an escrow arrangement. It means that they can limit their liability to as low as $1. It means that the seller can, can return sale proceeds to their shareholders. It means they can recycle capital. For the buyer, it means that if there is a problem that's discovered after the sale, they can seek recourse against the policy rather than having to go against the seller and end up in a court battle that might take years. It gets used for situations when the buyer and the seller are struggling to agree the terms of the transaction. It can also be used when both buyer and seller recognize that insurance is going to be a useful tool. So they agree from the start that they're going to use an insurance policy. They're not going to have an escrow arrangement. It usually works better for both buyer and seller that way. So about half of the time we'll start our work on the sell side, and then the final few weeks of the deal we'll be involved and work with the buy side deal team. Usually we work a lot with the corporate lawyers for the buy side as well. But it really depends at what point are we asked to get involved in the process. If the parties know that they want to use this insurance from the start, it might be that it's about 2 months before the signing of the sale and purchase agreement that we get involved. That's the best case scenario. When the earlier we get involved, the earlier we can help to make it a clean process. Sometimes the reality is we only get involved when the buyer and seller are finding it difficult to negotiate their deal, so we get thrown in 2 weeks before signing. We can also make that work and drop what we're doing and help the buyer and seller get a deal over the line.